Hey guys! In this video I'm going to show you how you can download and install Ubuntu 20.04 on your VirtualBox in your Windows 10 operating system. So those of you who don't know what VirtualBox is, VirtualBox is a tool which will enable you to run different operating systems virtually on your host operating system. So in this case, my host operating system is Windows 10. And I have installed VirtualBox on my Windows 10 and then this VirtualBox will enable me to run different operating systems virtually on my Windows 10 operating system. Now if you don't know how to install VirtualBox, you just need to search for VirtualBox on your favorite browser and the first link, which will appear here, will be from virtualbox.org. So just click on this link, and once this link opens you just need to click on the downloads link here and you will be able to see this kind of interface. Just click on the Windows host option here, and you will see that VirtualBox exe will be downloaded, and once it's downloaded, you just need to install it. So the installation process is really easy. So I'm not going to go through the installation process of VirtualBox. You just need to click some next buttons and VirtualBox will be installed on your Windows operating system. So once you have installed VirtualBox on your Windows operating system, it's going to look like this, and whenever you open VirtualBox it's going to open Oracle VM VirtualBox Manager. Now, we are going to download the ISO file, which is required to install Ubuntu on our VirtualBox. So for downloading the ISO file of Ubuntu, you can just search for Ubuntu. And the first link, which will appear here, will be from ubuntu.com. So I'm going to just click on this link, and straight away you will see this option here, which is what's new in Ubuntu 2004, because 2004 is the latest version of Ubuntu, which is released recently. So here you will see a downloads tab here, and when you click on the download tab, you will see Ubuntu Desktop. So you can just click on the version which is available, and most probably you might want to install the LTS version. Okay. So make sure that whenever you install Ubuntu, you install the LTS version. LTS means the long-term support version, which will at least run for 2 years, okay? So the support will run for 2 years. So I'm going to just click on Ubuntu Desktop, pop. And here you will see the download button, so I'm going to just click on the download button, and when you click on the download button, the ISO file will be downloaded on your Windows operating system. So this file is around 2.5 GB file. So it will take some time to download, but I have already downloaded this file on my Windows operating system. So I'm going to just cancel this download, and also, if you want to support OpenOffice project, then you can just give small donation to Ubuntu for now. I don't want to do anything. So I have just downloaded the ISO file. So once you have downloaded the ISO file, it's going to look like this. In case you have downloaded the 2004 version of Ubuntu, so the name is Ubuntu 2004 Desktop and 64.iso file. So once you have downloaded this ISO file, we are ready to install Ubuntu on our VirtualBox. So on your VirtualBox, you just need to click on the new button here, and once you click on the new button here, you can provide the name of your new machine. So my new machine name is OpenOffice, so I'm going to just write OpenOffice here, and let's say I will also give the version of Ubuntu. Let's say 20.04 here, and straight away VirtualBox is smart enough to provide you the proper options here. Okay, so here you will see the machine folder where all the VirtualBox related files will be downloaded and saved on your Windows operating system. And the type here is Linux, because half is a Linux-based operating system. And the version here is Ubuntu 64-bit, because we have downloaded the 64-bit ISO file. Okay, there is no other option on the website, as far as I know, if you want to choose any. Any other operating system, the procedure is same. You just need to select the operating system you want to install, and here you can see many choices are given here, okay? So type is Linux and the version is Ubuntu 64-bit, and then click on Next, and in the memory size, I generally provide the memory up to the green mark. So up to here, whatever is allowed on my Windows operating system at this point, and then I click on Next here. Just leave everything as default. So just leave it as default and then click on the Create button. Now here hard disk file type, just leave it as V, which is VirtualBox disk image, and then click on Next, and here also, you just need to leave this as dynamically allocated. If you want to learn more about what is dynamically allocated and fixed size, you can read from here. Basically, dynamically allocated option will allow your Ubuntu operating system to expand the disk size if required, and fixed size is the fixed size. So, we want locate the space and disk size dynamically. That's why we have chosen this option here, which is dynamically allocated, and now, click on Next. And on the next window, you can choose the file location. This will be the location where your Ubuntu operating system files will be downloaded and installed on your Windows operating system. So if you don't have the good reason to change it, just leave it as default. Also, you can choose the virtual hard disk size from here. By default it's 10 GB selected here, but let's say, I would just want to increase it 200 GB. So I'm going to just move it around 100 GB, and then I'm going to just click on Create, OK. So once you create this machine, you will be able to see this new machine here, which is Ubuntu 20.04. Just select this machine. Don't press on the Start button yet. You just need to select this Open to machine which you have created, and then click on the Settings option. So, on the General Settings, you will see some options which we have already chosen at the time of creating this machine, which is Linux, and the version is Ubuntu 64-bit. Now, click on Advanced Settings, and then in the Shared Clipboard option, you just need to choose it bidirectional, and then drag and drop also bidirectional. That will allow you to share your files between your host machine, which is Windows in my case, and your virtual machine, which will be open to bidirectionally. So, you will be able to copy and paste into your Ubuntu from your Windows operating system and vice versa. Okay? So in the description, you can give any option here, and in the disk encryption, you just leave it as default. Now, I am going to just go to the system option here, and in the motherboard option, you can leave everything as default. You just need to go to the processors here, and by default VirtualBox will allocate one CPU to your machine. So, if you have the option, you can increase it to whatever. See if you want to use. So for the safer side, I always go up to this green mark here. Okay? Which is 4, in my case, you can increase the CPU size later. Also, okay, in the display settings, just leave of everything as default, and then move to the storage section here. Here you need to provide the location of your ISO file, wherever you have downloaded your Ubuntu ISO file. So you just need to click on the empty option here. So just click on empty under the controller. So, just choose the CD icon option here, and then click on choose a disk file from here. Okay. So just click on choose a disk file from here. And then you just need to browse to the location where you have downloaded your Ubuntu ISO file. So I'm going to just copy the location here and then paste it here. And then select the ISO file from here and then click on Open. So once you have selected your ISO file, using the CD icon, you will see the name of your ISO file here. Also, let me just move it further, You can see the exact name of my ISO file here, Ubuntu 2004 Desktop AM64. So once you have done that, you can do other settings from here also. But I will leave everything as default and click on OK. And once you have done all those settings, you are ready to start your Ubuntu installation. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select Ubuntu 20.04 and click on Start button here. And you can see the installation of Ubuntu is going to start in few seconds. You can just close these warning signs here and now you will see this kind of window here. So on the left hand side, you can choose the language in which you want to install Ubuntu. You can see many languages are given here, but for now, I will choose English as my language. And then I will click on the Install Ubuntu button here. Now, in the next window you will see the keyboard layout. So from here, you can choose the keyboard layout, whatever keyboard layout you are using on your laptop, or on your keyboard. So in my case, I am using a German keyboard, so I can just move to the German keyboard option here. So I'm going to just search for the German keyboard, which is this one. You can choose any other keyboard from here. OK. So I'm going to choose the German key. Load, and then on the right hand side I will just choose German as the language here, and then you can also test your keyboard by typing something in this box. So just choose your keyboard language here and then click on Continue button, and here on this window, you will see Update and other softwares. So I normally just leave it as normal installation, option checked. And also, I leave this option, also checked, which is download updates while installing Ubuntu. Also, I'm going to just check this option also, which is install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi, hardware and additional media formats. So, just check all the Jones Beach, I have checked, and then click on continue. And here in the installation type just leave this option as default, which is erase disk and install Ubuntu. So this is not going to erase anything because you are installing Ubuntu on your VirtualBox, you are not installing Ubuntu on your hardware, right? So, don't worry. It's not going to erase any disk or anything from your Windows operating system, just leave it as it is disk and install. Now here you will see this warning which says if you continue the changes listed below will be written. I will just click on continue button here. Now in the next step, you can choose the location which is nearer to your physical location. So I have chosen this location which is nearer to my physical location. And then I'm going to click on the continue button. And here you can just give the name to your Ubuntu operating system. For example, I'm going to just write code bind here as the name. And as the computer name here, I can even remove the VirtualBox from the end because I just want to give the same name as the computer name. Also, as the username, I will just leave it as code bind if you want to change these names, or so let's say you want to give the different username. Here, you can do that also, and then you can just provide the password. I'm going to just provide the password for now. It's a weak password, but you might want to provide the stronger parts word than this, and then you just need to confirm this password, and once you are done with it you just need to click on the continue button. And now the installation of Ubuntu will start on your VirtualBox. So now at this step, you don't need to do anything until Ubuntu is installed on your VirtualBox. So, you just need to wait for some time until this installation is finished. So I will also wait for the installation to be finished. And after some time, you will see this kind of window, which says installation is complete. You need to restart the computer in order to use the new installation. So I'm going to just click on the Restart Now button. And at this point, it says, please remove the installation, medium, then press enter. So, I'm going to just press enter here. And now, I can see the Ubuntu operating system is starting. And now I can see this login window here. So, if you remember, this is the username, which I have given to my Ubuntu operating system. So I will just click on this user and then I will provide the password, which I have given at the time of installation, and then press enter. So, first of all, you will see this kind of welcome window here. You can click on the skip option here, and also you can just click on the next and then click on done. And you will be able to see your Ubuntu desktop here, right? So when you would just click on this maximize button, now you will see that this desktop is not maximizing. So for that, we need to install a tool called VirtualBox Guest Editions. So, for installing the VirtualBox Guest Editions, what you need to do is you need to open the terminal, so you can just click on this option and then search for terminal here. And once the terminal result comes, you just need to click on the terminal option. Now, once your terminal opens, you just need to give this command. I'm going to provide this command in the description of this video also, which is to install some essential packages before you install VirtualBox.Guest Editions on your Ubuntu operating system. So this command is sudo apt install built essentials space dkms space linux headers this u namespace ROK. So just type this command on the Ubuntu terminal and then press enter and give your Ubuntu as password. I'm going to just provide my Ubuntu password here. And then I will just press yes here or Y here and then press enter. And after some time, you will see that all the installation steps are finished. So once it's done, you can close your terminal. And now what you can do is you can just go to the devices on your VirtualBox window. So just click on devices here and then click on insert guest edition CD image, and once you do that, you will be able to see this kind of window. So you just need to click on the run button here. So just click on run. And then you just need to provide your open tools password. So, I'm going to just provide my Ubuntu password and then click on authenticate, which is going to open the terminal and it's going to install the VirtualBox Guest Editions on your Ubuntu operating system. And after some time, you will see this message, which says, press return to close this window. So you just need to press enter here, which is going to close this window now. At this point, you just need to restart your Ubuntu operating system. So, just go here at the top and then click on power off, and then click on power off once again, okay? So just click on power off, and here, you don't need to click on restart, you just need to click on power off because we just need to shut down our Ubuntu operating system first. Now, once it's shut down, as I have told you that in the settings, and that will enable you to just copy and paste your files between the VirtualBox and your host operating system. Now, I'm going to start this Ubuntu once again, and now I'm going to provide my Ubuntu password again. And now if you observe, when I just drag this window and make the as of this window little bit bigger, the size of Ubuntu desktop also changes and resolution is also better, right? So when I just maximize this window, my Ubuntu desktop size will also change. So this is working now. Now I just want to test whether the copy and paste feature is working or not. So I just opened the Firefox or browser on my Ubuntu operating system. And now, I'm going to just copy this URL, which is on my Windows operating system. So this is the Google Chrome browser on my Windows operating system. And I will just copy this URL and paste it into my Ubuntu operating system, and you can see this copy and paste option is working here, right? So this is working. Similarly, when you just copy, let's say I'm going to just copy this text from here and go to the browser and open the next tab and paste this thing here, you can see, you can paste your text from your Ubuntu operating system into your. So this is how you can install Ubuntu 20.04 on your VirtualBox in Windows 10. I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next video.